you ever wondered what's happening when your water leaves those mysterious blue-green stains around your taps? You know, those telltale signs that something's not quite right with your borehole water? Well, today we have Chris Camp, a water treatment specialist from Aquamaster Water Treatment Ltd, to talk to us about pH neutralisers.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how those stains are actually telling us an important story about water chemistry. You see, when borehole water is too acidic, meaning the pH is below 6.5, it starts corroding copper pipes, which creates those distinctive blue-green stains.
I've seen those stains in quite a few homes. It's almost like the pipes are crying out for help, isn't it?
That's actually a pretty good way to put it. And here's what's really interesting. The UK regulations require private water supplies to maintain a pH between 6.5 and 9.5. When water falls below that range, unsightly stains can appear, and there's also the risk of potential damage to your entire plumbing system.
You know what I find fascinating? The solutions that have been developed to tackle this problem. What's currently considered the go-to method for correcting pH in borehole water?
Well, the most common and effective approach is using neutralising filters with calcium carbonate media. Think of it like nature's own pH balancing act. As the acidic water passes through these minerals, they slowly dissolve and naturally raise the pH to safer levels.
That's a great point. We'll come back to that in just a moment. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is brought to you by Aquamaster Water Treatment Ltd, serving East Anglia since 1975. With decades of experience in water treatment solutions, they're your local specialists in borehole water treatment. Visit them at aquamasterwater.co.uk to learn more about their customized pH correction solutions.
Thanks for that. Now, getting back to our discussion, what really interests me is how these systems are actually installed. Where do they typically fit into the whole water treatment setup?
You know, that's really important actually. The pH correction unit should be among the initial components the water encounters after emerging from the borehole. It needs to go immediately after the pump and pressure tank, before any other filtration equipment. This way, you're safeguarding all your downstream equipment and plumbing from that acidic water.
Makes perfect sense. I mean, why let corrosive water damage everything else first, right?
Exactly. And here's something really cool. There are actually three main approaches to pH correction. The standard calcium carbonate filters we mentioned, chemical dosing systems for larger installations, and sometimes combination approaches for more complex water chemistry. It's like having different tools in your toolbox for different situations.
You mentioned chemical dosing. When would someone choose that over the more traditional, mineral-based systems?
Well, chemical dosing typically comes into play for larger properties or commercial installations where you've got high water demand. They use things like sodium carbonate or sodium hydroxide, and they can handle more variable flow rates. But for most homes in Cambridgeshire, those mineral-based filters are really the sweet spot.
I understand these systems need some maintenance. What should homeowners expect?
That's right. They're not exactly set-it-and-forget-it systems. The mineral media gradually dissolves over time. It has to. That's literally how it works. So you'll need to top it up periodically. Think of it like putting salt in your water softener, except it happens less frequently.
And what about monitoring? Should people be regularly testing their water?
Definitely. It's recommended to check your water pH periodically with test strips or a digital meter. You want to watch for any changes in taste, appearance, or those pesky stains we talked about earlier. Most people suggest getting a professional water analysis done annually.
That brings up a good point about professional support. What should people look for when choosing a water treatment company?
Look for companies with solid experience and proper certifications. You want someone who'll do a thorough water analysis first, not just sell you a one-size-fits-all solution. They should also offer ongoing support and maintenance services.
You know, before we wrap up, I think our listeners would really benefit from understanding the costs of not treating acidic water. What's at stake here?
Oh man, the long-term costs can be significant. We're talking about premature failure of copper pipes, damaged water heaters, corroded fixtures, not to mention the potential health concerns from metals leaching into your drinking water. It's really one of those pay a little now or pay a lot later situations.
Well, this has been incredibly informative. For our listeners who want to learn more about pH correction for their borehole water, you can visit Aquamaster Water Treatment Ltd at aquamasterwater.co.uk. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's been great sharing this information with your listeners.